that. Listen, people, trickle in Super Bowl episode, bro.
Sersky.
Spent yesterday watching the game sober just to make sure I saw everything about this game. A lot was going into it.
Weren't you at a bar, bro? Why are you lying?
Not yesterday. I was at the house.
That's true.
It wasn't any of my
thought-
favorite teams too, so I wasn't like trying to. But a lot,
LeBron out again tonight.
bro.
Bro,
This nigga's he's a bitch, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
LeBron.
Since he's broken that
Again,
record, I
bro.
promise you. I think
He
that
clocked
nigga's-
out, dude. Might as well just retire, bro. Just retire.
Yeah, he's done with hooping, bro.
Bro, he didn't play the entire fourth quarter against OKC,
He's achieved everything he needs.
and then he didn't
Bro,
play against
bro.
Milwaukee, and then he didn't
Damn,
play
he's
against
actually
Golden
done.
State. That Golden State game was fire, though, bro.
At least I
AD
can
was-
say
Bro, AD offensively was terrible too.
no, he was ass.
the
He
OKC
was
game.
terrible, bro.
No,
Yeah.
You talking about
The
No,
Warriors.
against
Warriors?
Golden State. Against Golden State, yeah, he was terrible.
no,
Defensively, he was
shut
nice.
shit down.
He had some game saving
defensively? I
blocks.
love that shit though. I'm not gonna lie. Like that.
These
That's
are-
what we need,
yeah.
bro. That's what we need.
That Vanderbilt kid's nice. His perimeter defense is
Vanderbilt
what we
is so
need,
good, bro.
We
I
needed
just hope he stays
versatility.
in,
for
Bro,
sure.
If
the
Darvin
team
Ham
setup is definitely
uses
tip
him
worthy. I'm not gonna lie.
Schroeder's nice. I'm glad we kept him. The right dudes left. The right dudes left, and the right dudes stayed. I actually really like that Lakers team.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's just up to Anthony Davis because all the role players are going to play nice. Lonnie Walker's fallen off. I don't care. I don't know what's happened to Lonnie Walker.
He should have been shipped. I thought.
I low-key thought he should have been shipped too. Dude, Lonnie Walker was like starting the year dropping like 20, and now he's like kind of just like I guess he's come back from injury. I haven't been like looking that much.
He's
into
always
it,
gonna
but
be streaky though. So I mean, I feel like that's
he's
not
kind
a,
of fallen out of like the where
the
we want to be.
lineups. I know.
Now that we got like new people. I know we played Portland. We should body Portland though, but Dame always likes to go up against the Lakers. I don't know.
Bro, I need AD to just pull out a dominant performance, bro. That's all I need.
AC
Bro.
Lonnie Walker
He's had a
only
week
15
like
minutes.
past 3 games
Yeah,
offensively.
Lonnie Walker only played 50 minutes, so he might be out of the rotation. To be honest, not out, but like.
You're cool with that.
Wait, why does it say Mo Bamba suspended by league? What did Mo Bamba do?
You don't remember he got into the fight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah,
How long is he out? He's out again. He's out again.
probably another week or so, maybe something like that.
What did he do? I
Bro,
do
week
not
is
remember.
But did you not see the fight? You say you swear you just see the gentleman, but the Suggs thing was all over the internet.
Yeah. I seen the fight, but like a week is wild. I didn't know it was that long.
I mean, it's been
Bro.
what? Probably only like.
Did you
a
just
week and-
ask me? Did I see a fight from the Orlando Magic? All right, bro.
Okay,
Talks
then
about
you
the
should
fight. Okay, I see it now. Dude, I must have been off Twitter this day.
definitely were off Twitter because I was about to say, nigga, they definitely spammed it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yo, he choked Austin Reeves. Oh,
told
my
Oh, this man
God.
did
No.
shit?
Look at what what's his face did. What Suggs
was on
did to
timing,
Austin.
bro.
Yeah,
Suggs.
Mo
That
Bamba was
nigga-
even in the game, bro. He came off the bench.
I know. They were talking crazy. Apparently.
Oh, he put him in. He put Austin Reeves in a chokehold. I didn't know that.
It's a bad look for
Wow.
your twin, Steven.
All right, bro. I got like 5
It's a terrible
twins. My,
look for your
my
twin.
twins up there too, bro. Shout out Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo.
I don't know if he's ever gonna play an
Lonzo
NBA
fell
game
off,
again.
That
bro.
man's career is cooked, bro.
I feel
Austin,
bad.
wait,
bro.
did Austin Rivers get suspended too, or no? He was low key throwing.
Yeah,
Low key.
yeah, but he was only suspended for like 4 games. So I'm assuming Bamba probably for like.
L
6.
suspension, bro. Let's bring back fighting in the NBA.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fighting me, I'm all for it.
We're grown men, bro. Let them scrap for a little bit, but you know, whatever. All right. Welcome everyone to the 15. Oh my lord, bro, this is bad. This is how I not even know what episode this is, bro. I'm pretty sure it's 15. So we're gonna say 15th episode. Yes, it's 15th. 15th episode of Some Casual Takes. I just pulled a flight, bro. Remember flight reaction videos? You'll be like, he'll have like a number
know.
of series. You know,
This man will not remember.
Welcome
anything.
everyone to the 15th episode of Some Casual Takes, a podcast hosted by me, Stephen Pepper, featuring other sports fans debating interesting topics with the most casual takes. This episode is brought to you by no one. I had to do some door dashing yesterday because I spent so much money over the weekend. So please sponsor me. I will literally do anything for a sponsorship. I will sell my soul for a sponsorship, bro. I was completely
You
sell
need that, I
out
ain't gonna lie.
to my 2 viewers for a sponsorship. But whatever. Today is entirely dedicated to the Super Bowl. We did a little Lakers warm up, but I don't want to talk Lakers every day. I don't want to talk LeBron every day. I try not to. I try to reserve that. But I mean, now that oh my Lord, I just realized, bro, the projection of this show is going to be all basketball. It's going to be LeBron every day.
Yeah.
This is bad, bro. All right, whatever.
You gotta come up with some.
Yeah, I got to come
Talk
up with
about
some
it.
different topics. But bro, the most I know about is LeBron, so it's just easy for me to chat about LeBron because that's who I follow the most. But I need to really get more in depth on like other teams. And LeBron gets the most views too. Like I said last show, no one's trying to hear like, oh, you see the improvement of Bam Adebayo? No one's trying to hear all that, bro. That's why they don't talk about it on any of the big shows like Skip, Undisputed. They don't talk about that because they don't do numbers.
It's true.
And it's like not entertaining too. Do you want me to talk about like the progression of Julius Randle? Nah, I did though. I did one show. Talked about the Knicks.
Still a scrub to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Here with Joel and Capo. How was your guys' Super Bowl experience? Where did you guys watch the Super Bowl?
Watched it at the crib, man. I was just here. Me, Pops. Amazing game. Sat down, was locked in for the whole time. I was more locked in at the Super Bowl performance, just seeing Rihanna,
My baby mama. Rihanna.
Yeah.
My baby mama.
We're
gonna get to the halftime
coming for
show at the
ASAP
end.
still.
Yeah. I'm
ASAP. Yeah, bro. If I see you,
you don't want to see me, bro.
night,
Yeah,
baby.
hell no.
It's over for ASAP, bro. But
I watched it at one of my friend's house, like down the street, and I missed the Rihanna halftime concert, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was sick.
Well, we're gonna get into the halftime show later. I don't think you missed that much, but
Other than
staring at Rihanna's beautiful self.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's really what I wanted to see, though.
Yeah. But I actually watched like the first half of the Super Bowl at the gym, bro. Yesterday was bad, bro. I missed a couple days of gym, so I did like 2 days worth of gym in one day. So I was in the gym for like 3 hours, and I watched the Super Bowl, like half the Super Bowl. I came back home and watched the second half, but I didn't miss a single play though. I had the game on when I was at the gym, so I didn't miss a single play. I know what I'm going to talk about, so hopefully no one uses that against me. But we know the biggest story of the Super Bowl. It was that damn holding call, bro. It's what everyone's talking about. Joel, I want to get your reaction first. In the moment that happened, how did you feel about the holding call? And now, how do you feel about the holding call today?
In the moment that it happened, I've talked about this plenty of times. I'm a Mahomes dick eater. So I was happy, but I was like, they held on to their flags for 3.5 quarters. There really was no point of, I don't know what I did to try to control me, but there was no point of throwing that flag to, I don't know, it impeded on the flow of what could have happened. Because I still think they were going to score, even if that didn't happen. But that just made it inevitable that, okay, the Chiefs are stamped Super Bowl winners. So that's really the only thing I can say I didn't like about it. But besides that, today, how I feel about it.
Do you think they should have called it? I don't know. I missed it. Do you think they should have called it in real time?
In real time, that is a flag. So, yeah. But if I was the ref, I'm holding on to that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, just for the moment. I think the moment.
For that moment, I'm holding on to it, bro.
It was super, like, anticlimactic the way it ended. Which is, it kind of just pissed everybody off. Because there's no game that you want to see end up in the hands of a ref. Like,
it wasn't even my teams too. It just made me mad. I was mad for no reason. It wasn't even my teams.
And this was like this was potentially an all-time Super Bowl like game.
I had no money on money line too, so I didn't care who won or lost. So like that still made me mad.
I know. So I felt the same way. It's still a valid call, no matter what. Especially looking at like the different angles, and especially the guy admitting that the corner
Bradbury,
he admitted that he ended up tugging on his jersey, but
tugging, all right, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see I don't see a problem with the call. It's just, man, for the moment, for the Super Bowl, bro, you just kind of have to hold on to the flag and let people rock, let them rock out.
Dude, Shannon Sharp, bro. You see what he went on to this morning, bro, saying that was the right call. The moment doesn't matter. The moment does matter, dude. It just does.
Yeah.
It does.
I don't know why people keep like bringing up like the moment doesn't matter. I also had a problem with the consistency too. You see that Juju Smith-Schuster thing, bro? Like early on in the game where Juju had a worse no call on him. I think it was either PI or holding. They get DB guy into his arm like before.
3rd and 11, second half, like 10 minutes left, and this man did a out in like a dig type of route and got blatantly held by Bradbury.
Yeah,
and
it was
in
worse,
those situations though, there's like the in game situations you talk to the ref about that, and they'll literally in the NFL. I'm not an NFL player, so I can't speak from experience, but they will. That was just a bad time. Yeah, they'll watch out. That's just a bad time.
Yeah, that's what coaches do too.
Yeah.
Dude, if you don't call it then, it's like, why call it now? You know what I'm saying? But I've been hearing people talk all day about their view of the non-call, but I don't think anyone's brought this up. See, they've said people have been saying they shouldn't call it, but I'm going to give a new insight on why they shouldn't call it. If you're a referee in that position, there's no way you should call that. There's just not. There's no way you should call it. Football is a grown man sport. Contact sport played by grown men who you can't just call that ticky-tack flag in a contact sport played by grown men. You know how important that moment was? Everyone's saying doesn't matter about the moment. No, the moment matters. There's legacies on the line. People's futures, career-changing expectations, stuff like that's on the line. And grown men are put decades of work for you to call some ticky-tack that you wouldn't even called in the first quarter. You can't call that at all. This game, like you said earlier, this game had instant classic written all over it. A 38-35 game should be a game in 10 years that we consistently always bring up on Super Bowl game days, a game that we go back to every single year to rewatch. I don't know if I feel about this today. It had it in the beginning. A.J. Brown touchdown, the fumble recovery for a score, Mahomes' Super Bowl run on one leg, Jalen Hurts' dominance, the Devontae Smith catch. It had all those great moments. And I think that the holding call almost just washed it all away. I was so mad when it called it. And yes, you had many big moments. And if you don't call the holding, that means Hurts gets a last-minute drive with 1:30 to get that drive down the field. A 38-35 game, it doesn't even matter if the Eagles would have scored. The fact that he gets a last-minute drive to do something, a chance, this would have been an all-time classic game, one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. But we don't get that. Instead, we get basically three kneel downs. And an one of the most anticlimactic game winners I've ever seen. That game-winning field goal. And then an obvious failed Hail Mary. And then the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. That was not an exciting ending at all. A game that's 38-35 should end on a last-second play, last-second score, last-second stop. But we didn't get to see that because the refs decided, let me just call something that I didn't even call in the first half. Ticky-tack in a contact sport is crazy. I don't care if that's textbook holding. You don't call that because that's a grown man sport in the biggest moment in a contact sport. You can't call tic-tac, especially if you don't even call in the first half.
Facts. Because if you opened your phone today or even right after the Super Bowl happened, and you go on any social media outlet that was promoting sports, you will see refs all in the comments. Like, there was no other opinion. I didn't see anybody congratulate the Chiefs besides Chiefs fans.
In 10 years from now, we're not going to look back at this as an all-time great game. We're going to look back at this how the refs ruined it. Thank you, NFL Reffing Association. Thank you, bro. You ruined an all-time great game.
Something got to be
even if that was textbook holding, it just didn't look like it impeded Juju Smith-Schuster at all. It was just so like tic-tac, bro.
I'm not gonna lie,
Grown man sport. It's the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl. Grown man sport, decades of work on the line. You let two men go for the ball themselves, unless it's blatant and obvious. If it was blatant and obvious, if it was a blatant call, oh yeah, 100% agree. The ref should step in and change the course of the game. But if it's just some tic-tac, you can't tell in real time. No. Swallow that whistle. Swallow it. Let it go. No. Don't call. Ruin the game. Just ruin it, bro.
Excellent.
I didn't even see it in real time. Maybe it's because I wasn't really paying attention, but it just didn't look like it impeded Juju that much. You know what I'm saying? It was textbook holding because he grabbed the jersey for like a millisecond. It looks bad if you do frame by frame, but if you do like real game speed, it didn't look like much.
It was an out and go, and that little tug, because when he separated on the out for a little bit, the little tug fucks you up from getting back vertical. So
I get it, but bro,
I can see why they call it
man sport. Yeah, tackle football, contact sport played by grown men that put decades of blood, sweat, tears in the sport. Fourth quarter, biggest moment in their lives. You let two men go for it, bro. Two men fight for that ball. Unless it's completely obvious, blatant, no chance. He's so far in the way of that play, then you got to swallow the whistle, let him play. Especially if you don't call it in the first half. Because Juju Smith-Schuster had a worse non-call, and you didn't call it then. But that was just my take. I've been holding on to that opinion since last night, so I had to get off the chest.
So he was passionate about it, man.
Anyone else have anything on the? Oh, dude, that Hail Mary was sad, bro.
Bro, damn, dude.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not
bro.
convincing me his shoulder's not messed up.
I mean, that's a hard pass to make. Don't get me wrong, but like,
dude Mahomes is getting that.
Mahomes is getting that to the end zone. Yeah. Hurts only scoring off QB sneaks. He's not being the running back allegations yet last night. I think he did throw for 300 yards, but man,
he did.
I mean, arm talent wasn't his strong suit in the first place. I think he became enough of an adequate pocket passer to where he can lead teams.
Oh no, he's not a bad thrower.
Big games. He's not a bad thrower at all.
How many throws were you just like only?
It's not going to be
make that,
okay, but no, I know, but he's not. Like I said, that's not his strong suit per se.
Yeah, I know. But that's what separates the top of the top from like the rest.
And I mean, I don't think Allen's ever going to have any playoff success, if you ask me. So you can have.
Well, the Eagles are 10 times better than the Buffalo Bills, like 10 times better.
You could argue that.
Josh Allen is taking that Eagles talent to the Super Bowl. I don't care if Josh Allen has a turnover issue.
Facts.
Especially with the competition he had to go up against.
The receiving core is way too deep.
That defense was not ready, bro. I thought Brandon Ayuk was
the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense was not like that, Brody.
I knew that their secondary was getting bailed out a little bit by the pass rush.
Every time,
but man, bro,
every time they were faced up with the starting QB of a contender team, they got exposed.
Yeah, I saw a stat when like the 5 best quarterbacks they played, they all hung 30 on them.
My Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? We dropped the most points that they felt.
On them.
Yeah, we dropped the most points they felt all season too. So
it's a little. I just thought like, I knew it wasn't gonna be a defensive battle. I just thought at the end of the game that Eagles pass rush would come in the last like drive. And Hassan Reddick, I didn't hear his name once.
No,
I even shouted him out on my Super Bowl TikTok. I highlighted Hassan Reddick on my Super Bowl TikTok, and the dude didn't get his jersey called once, bro. Pathetic.
You know who deserves their flowers for that?
The offensive lineman, bro.
Mr. Andy Reid for that crazy ass game plan. If you can see, like, Mahomes basically went unscathed throughout the whole game, and that was just straight off of design. And he was just he baited the defensive ends into getting just bad depth all game.
No, we're gonna talk about Andy Reid soon. I don't want to transition yet, but dude, the way he understood the Eagles defense, he read how the Eagles like to cheat on motions, how he was able to know that his player was going to have the entire end zone wide open because of how the Eagles defense lines up. That is crazy.
It's masterclass stuff, bro.
Honestly, we can just talk about it right now. It'll be an easy transition.
Facts.
I think last night Andy Reid cemented himself as a top 5 coach of all time. You could say
Even
3,
higher.
but I haven't gone that far yet. But top 5 at least, he's cemented.
No facts.
You know, you could say, you know, the old heads are gonna, you know, the people are gonna come up here and say, "Oh, Bill Parcells." I just think Andy Reid's smarter than Bill Parcells. I just think he is. They have the same amount of rings now, so what can you say? I think Parcells has one more coach of the year, but Andy Reid has a higher win percentage. He just does. And I have some stats here about Andy Reid that I want to pull up that hopefully I didn't get lost. Andy Reid is 5th all-time in wins, 2nd most all-time in playoff wins, 22. So only one person in the entire 100 years of the was NFL in year 100. Some they had 100 like
shouldn't it be more?
103 because they had 100 like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
And the 100 plus in the over 100 years of the NFL, only one coach has more playoff wins than Andy Reid. This man takes his team to the playoffs consistently, not just the playoffs. This man takes his team to the conference title game consistently. 10 conference title game appearances. I know the knock on Andy Reid back in the day was he can get to the title game but couldn't get his team a Super Bowl championship. What can you say now? He has 2 of them rings and 4 Super Bowl appearances. And if you watch the tape and you watch the game plan, yes, you can say that he has Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you can say he has Travis Kelce and all this. But what top coach didn't have all-time great talent? You're going to call Bill Belichick the greatest coach of all time, but he had Thomas Edward, Patrick Brady, and he's considered the GOAT quarterback. You're going to say Vince Lombardi's arguably the GOAT quarterback, but he had some of the greatest teams in the 1960s. So, like, you could knock Andy Reid for his talent, but so is all these other coaches. And then, and if you're like, you could just watch the film, watch the Super Bowl film, and watch how he just completely broke down one of the best, most talented defenses in the NFL. Yeah. What coach is getting that many wide open touchdowns in the red zone? The red zone is one of the most hardest, is probably the hardest place to score in the NFL because of how congested it is, because the entire defense is in the end zone. And Andy Reid has his players open twice by miles. You can put an entire football field in between Sky Moore and the Eagles defense weren't going to guard it. That's Andy Reid. Yeah, that is a top 5 coach of all time, at least.
It takes an elite mind to have DBs second guessing themselves, and that's what they look like they were doing.
Yes, he has Travis Kelce, but his game plan was so elite. Patrick Mahomes arguably had his best season of his career when he's throwing to Juju, Tony, and MVS. That receiving core is stupidly mid. He's getting Sky Moore, a practice squad player on half the NFL, wide open catches.
Super Bowl TD.
Sky Moore is not getting a breath of... Sky Moore would not even have a cleat if he played for the Bengals. Would not even have a cleat.
He'd be their gadget boy.
Cabo, what do you think about Andy Reid, man? The hamburger man, the cheeseburger honestly, man, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think last night, I don't think it was ever a question about like, or maybe to other people, but to me, I thought he was always a great coach. I think he always had this type of like special game plan, even with a guy like Alex Smith. It's just that now you have Mahomes out here like really able to execute the right way.
He wins over 60% of his regular season games, and basically almost 60 in the postseason. That is unheard of. The knock on his career, though, was when he couldn't get his team over the hump. Because when he had Donovan McNabb and the Eagles, they went to like 5 or 6 NFC championship games, and they only won one of them. And that was kind of like the knock on him. And they kind of underachieved with Alex Smith. They would always have a great record, but they could never really get over the hump.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to the Steelers when the Steelers only made field goals, which was bad. That was it was like, what, 15-12? Something like that. And they lost to Pittsburgh by field goals. But now, what can they say now? I mean, when you think about the top 5 coaches of all time, you obviously got your Belichick, your Lombardi, You can probably argue Tom Landry. Who else can you throw up there? Oh, the Steelers coach of the. If you want to argue that, do people argue the Steelers coach of the 70s?
Not Tony. Who's that? Tony Dungy. Didn't he coach? Or what's his name? Am I getting the wrong dude's name?
What?
Tony Dungy.
He coached the Colts. But yes. Tony Dungy's nowhere up there. He's not up there. Not close. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can. I got it over Parcells, but that's just me. Who else could you?
I'm not gonna lie. I just realized too. Last night was actually like a master class by Andy Reid.
No, it was Andy Reid's master class,
crazy,
bro. Like that's a career, that's a legacy defining game for Andy Reid.
Clock management to end the game. A+. They didn't waste like a single timeout. It was actually incredible.
Okay, so the 4 guys ahead of him is Don Shula. You can argue Don Shula above Andy Reid. Don Shula's a 2-time Super Bowl champ. He won an NFL championship. He's a 4-time coach of the year. You can probably his team was that 14. I'm pretty sure they're 14-0 Miami Dolphins. George Halas of the Chicago Bears. I don't know. Some of these old coaches, I don't know, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's also you gotta look at like the style of coaching, because in this era the offense are going to be more like sexy, but maybe like what those
schemes are. And you can reference all these old coaches as you want, and there's no disrespect to them. And I know I'm young, but to me, I just value accomplishments. 2 Super Bowls today, I value way more than 2 Super Bowls back then. I think the league is way more talented now. I think offensive schemes are far more complex than they are today. You have to know way more. You have to scheme and prepare way more than you did back then. Back then, bro, the Chiefs quarterback, when he was during the Super Bowl, bro, was smoking a cigarette. You could not do that today. You can't smoke a cigarette in the locker room and go out and play football. No, you're doing all your X's and O's. You're on your Surface Pro 3s, looking at the game plans. Back then, you're just smoking a cigarette and going back to play. Now, bro, you have to sweat game plans for like 3 weeks because it's so complicated. There's so many plays. Teams are so much better.
Much more going to it.
Yeah, teams are so much better. And offenses are more complex. Offenses are more spaced out more than ever. And you can just do a lot more. Comparing the play calling today, it clears the play calling back then. It was so much more. I don't want to I know they accomplished in their era. What they did in their era, I have to respect. But I do this with NBA too. I do this with players too. Winning a championship day, I value 10 times more than winning a championship back then. Like a Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl, I value 3 million more times than like an Otto Graham NFL championship of 1948.
1948 might be pushing it. That's crazy.
But you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's just not that many coaches I would take. When we're looking at, Tom Landry, you can probably argue. Yeah, but dude, just a lot of these coaches, I don't think I'd give it to him. Chuck Noll, that's the guy I was talking about. He coached for like 20 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got him like 4 championships. You can argue Chuck Noll if you want.
A lot of these guys were like defensive minds too, which is the funny part.
Yeah.
Complete opposite of
what I think Andy Reid's way smarter than any of these guys too.
Nah, defense is hard to fucking play though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
in terms of like offense though, I turn it like offense though.
Yeah, I know.
That's why Andy Reid's got man, I'm blanking.
That's why I look. You respect Belichick, bro. Like Belichick might stay at number 1 for me, even if
Belichick never did the offense though.
Mahomes at least has another 2 rings in him.
Belichick never did the offense though.
Yeah, I know.
But it's good that we all agree that Andy Reid's top 5. Shout out to Cheeseburger, man. For the moment Joel and Capo have all been waiting for them to finally get off their chest.
Yeah.
Can Patrick Mahomes be the GOAT?
I believe so 1,000%.
Actually, no. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah,
Will Patrick Mahomes be the GOAT?
I think so. I think Patrick Mahomes proved time and time again at this point. Even as young as he was, how old was he when he won his first one?
24.
24.
Yeah, he was in year 3.
Yeah,
Do it by
year
year,
3.
not age. He was in year 3.
Yeah.
Second year starting. Year
Yeah.
3
So
in the NFL.
second year starting, you win your first Super Bowl. You come back in. I'm not gonna lie. This year, I never seen as many people doubt the Chiefs.
Dude, it was crazy.
There was a lot of people doubting them, especially.
I think a lot of it's due just because we just hate the Chiefs. My
Facts.
really only Chiefs doubt was because I hated the Chiefs and wanted them to go away.
I'm a
Yeah.
Cowboys fan, but I ain't gonna lie. I mess with like what they got going on over there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's greatness, bro. I mean,
It's greatness.
I hated Tom Brady while he was here, but like at a certain point in time, it just became undeniable. I think it's the same type of thing with Patrick Mahomes. The one worry that I had was like Aaron Rodgers. He was my guy. He was like the one person I think in the league, that quarterback that I kind of respected over everybody else currently, especially even more over Patrick Mahomes. And I think this past year, or even the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, most recently, Aaron Rodgers, I'm just seeing like Mahomes is just like
Just
jumping over
levels,
this
bro.
man. He's making that
Just
hot,
levels.
and this man is out here winning Super Bowls while Aaron Rodgers is taking darkness retreats, locking himself in a dark room, tweaking
Psychedelics.
tweaking off of psychedelics, bro.
All types
Like
of shit.
I have no respect for the guy no more, bro. So it is what it is, man. I at this point, like I have nothing but respect for Mahomes. I think he's gonna end up being the GOAT when it's all said and done. I think it's gonna be a dynasty. I think you can kind of consider it being a dynasty now, right at the cusp. Not so you can or you can't, but I definitely believe he'll be.
If they win next year, I don't think you can say no. I don't think you can say no. What about you, Mr. Kamiya? Your GOAT,
Patrick,
my homeboy.
Patrick, the Croaker, Mahomes.
Kermit the Frog.
My boy.
Mm-hmm.
Kermit the Frog, bro. That's I ain't gonna lie. He just put his 2 feet in the door of the GOAT conversation. Like it's
Well,
not.
He said Brady. What's good, bro?
Yeah, like he's low key. His W press on Brady has him like this. I really don't. I've never seen a quarterback that plays the game the way he does. So just off the way it looks, I already said that's the best
At the
I've ever
highest
saw.
level.
Yes, at the highest
You might
level.
see it in college, but at the highest level.
The highest level, you don't like that. I've already said that's the best QB I've ever seen. But the fact that he can always show up in these big games, yes, you can say he's gotten help from the refs, and he's had horrible halves, by the way, in some Super Bowls.
Yeah,
in
the first half of 2020 was terrible.
He's had just a lot of, but he always overcomes. It's so Brady-esque, but it's opposite if you really think about it. Brady had like those years where he was getting carried by the defensive and had like those 1 touchdown, 1 interception type of games and still win. Mahomes is a guaranteed 2 to 3 touchdowns, and if he wins that, if he gets 1 touchdown in that game, it's gonna be something flashy where they like need it. It's like dead or alive. That's the last play. He's gonna make it happen. That's the scariest NFL player I've seen play to date, and I think he's walking 2 steps of becoming the GOAT.
Only 1 incompletion in that second half, and it was a throwaway.
13 for 14. Are you kidding me?
And it was just a throwaway, and I think it was that Juju Schuster one.
No, the PIs don't count as incompletions.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. But I think I'm on board. I made a TikTok last week saying Patrick Mahomes is already top 10. I think I had him at 7 or 8 if he retired before the Super Bowl. But man, I think he's top 5 today. Your only argument for him not being better than Drew Brees, I mean, other than nostalgia, is longevity and career numbers, right? But I don't hear that, and I'm going to explain it later, especially for Brady. I don't think Mahomes is going to be the GOAT yet. I don't think Mahomes is going to be the GOAT yet. But, man, is he on path, and he is darting on that path. He already clears Brady in talent. So the talent argument is already shipped and sailed. And he is right there. Like you said, he's 2 feet in the door, about to pass him in dominance. 5 years starting, he's already hosted 5 conference championships. And you can bring up the 7 Super Bowls. You can bring up the career passing yard and touchdowns, these longevity accolades while you're at it. But I know that a lot of people were ready to put Michael Jordan above Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when Michael Jordan had less rings and MVPs and less points. They were ready to call Michael Jordan the GOAT in 93. No one cared about Michael Jordan having less rings. People were calling Michael Jordan the GOAT in 97 before he had the 6 rings. No one cared that Michael Jordan had less rings. No one cared that Michael Jordan had less points. No one cared that Michael Jordan had less league MVPs. We put Jordan above Kareem before all those accolades. Why can't we put Mahomes above Brady? Why? All you're going to hear is 7 rings, 7 rings, 7 rings, 7 rings, 7 rings, 7 rings. Bill Russell got 11. Cool. All I'm going to hear is 7 rings, 7 rings, 7 rings. We were putting Jordan above Kareem before Jordan had the same amount of rings. We were putting Jordan above Kareem when Kareem has more points and more league MVPs. So let's not make this an accolade argument. At the end of the day, it's going to be hard for Mahomes. I think the one thing that it's going to be hard for Mahomes to overcome is the fact that Brady beat him in the Super Bowl. But, man, if you're really going to use that against him, you might not know football.
Yeah,
because that was so unfair, extremely unfair. The offensive line of the Chiefs was pedestrian. They could not hold that extremely deep and talented Bucs D line. And if you watch the tape, instead of looking at the 2 interceptions, you could tell Patrick Mahomes was actually holding his own, running for his life, and hitting his receivers on the hands, and they were dropping it. And they had no chance defensively of stopping the Bucs team. While Tom Brady, on the other hand, was having, count them up, like 8 seconds per possession, per snap to throw the football, when Patrick Mahomes had half a second.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is going to be the GOAT, but I am saying he is on that path and he is running to it. He sees Tom Brady.
To me, it's going to be one of those like kind of LeBron type of Jordan arguments where even I don't think he's going to catch Brady in rings because it's just unprecedented what Brady had, and it's unprecedented what Mahomes has too. But I just haven't seen any type of shit that this man Mahomes does. So he's the best I've ever seen.
Look it up.
Get me to see different.
When Jordan retired in 93, look it up. Magic Johnson's out here doing interviews saying Jordan's the best ever. Jordan gets a statue that says the best there ever was. Jordan was getting statues. People were asking the question, is Jordan the GOAT? When he had 3 less rings, I think like 3 or 4 less MVP, like 2 or 3 less MVPs, clearly thousands of less points, and people were putting Jordan above Kareem. I do not want this to be a talent argument. Look it up. I wasn't old enough to know, but just look it up. People were. This was an argument of who was the GOAT, and people were putting Jordan above Kareem despite not having the accolades. Just look it up. It's going to be hard, though, because people who don't like Patrick Mahomes are just going to bring up this. The 2 arguments are going to be the 7 rings plus the career totals and what was I going to say? The career totals and the beat him in the Super Bowl. That beat him in the Super Bowl is going to be so hard to overcome. It's going to be the most I think in 15, 20 years when Mahomes retires, it's going to be the most casual argument. You can tell who a football knower is.
Yeah.
When on their view of that Super Bowl. Because I saw Patrick Mahomes playing by himself. Travis Kelce, the weapon that everyone used to call, that tries to call Travis Mahomes a merchant for, was dropping passes in that Super Bowl. It was bad for Patrick Mahomes. It was extremely unfair.
Everybody looked flustered besides him.
Tyreek Hill was dropping passes. Tyreek Hill wasn't Tyreek Hill. They had Tyreek Hill bottled up, bro. Tyreek Hill was going out sad, bro. You see what Anton Winfield did? He did the thing in front of his face. His two best weapons were going out sad. They boxed up the linebackers, Devin White, all of them boxed up Travis Kelce. He had no one to throw to.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, to me, Mahomes has played the ball at the highest level possible. The best ball I've seen come out of somebody's hand. So, to me,
Is there
when it's all said and done,
is there a number of rings you think he needs to reach? Like,
Probably 4.
Yeah, 4. Literally, I'm saying like it's gonna be the LeBron Jordan argument.
Yeah.
I promise you. He just needs to reach 4.
People don't realize there was
Those
a
are the
10-year
things
gap
done, bro.
between Brady getting Super Bowls. A 10-year gap. So you want to talk about 7 rings being dominance? There was a 10-year gap between his third ring and his 4th ring. He went to 2 Super Bowls in between those, but he didn't win. So we want to talk about Super Bowl losses. He didn't win. 10-year gap. So, and Mahomes is already off to a better start than Tom Brady. Show me Tom Brady's league MVPs in his first 5 years starting. He's off to a better start. I think Tom Brady has 4 MVPs or 3 league MVPs. So in the first 5 years of their career, I think they have the same amount of Super Bowls. And if not, I think Brady might have 1 more. But Patrick Mahomes, I think they have like the same amount of Super Bowl MVPs. It's going to be a crazy argument if Patrick Mahomes can keep this up. Crazy argument. I don't think Brady got an MVP to 07. So I think it took Brady like 5. It took Brady like 6 to 7 years before he was able to get an MVP. Patrick Mahomes got MVP in his first year starting. He's on track.
It's unprecedented, bro.
He is on track. No sign of showing down. He's got that little ankle injury, but he showed he can overcome it. He's pushing through his little ankle injuries.
I think longevity too. The sports science is only going to get better. So, what Brady did might not be as crazy as what Mahomes is able to do.
Burrow with an average O-line last year in the playoffs has Lombardi. If he didn't have 70% of the starting for last year gone, he has Lombardi under his belt and get back-to-back. Mahomes never going to be the GOAT because the AFC got too many dogs. Well, Burrow has 0 GOAT case because he doesn't have an MVP.
Yeah, you're tripping. I ain't gonna lie.
Doesn't have a Super Bowl. So if you're trying to say Burrow has a GOAT case, no way.
I'm not gonna lie.
If Burrow had an average O-line last year in the playoffs, he would have a Lombardi. If you're talking about, well, he would probably have better. He would probably have a better O-line in 2022 if
Burrow's weapons have been insane. I hope this dude knows what.
Yeah.
I don't like the argument if Burrow had a better O-line. They had a chance of getting a better O-line. They just chose Jamar Chase and all those weapons.
Hella off seasons now, bro.
I don't like the O-line argument. Like, if you wanted a better, deeper O-line, you had your chance, but you got Jamar Chase and the weapons instead. You could have chose O-line in the draft, but you didn't. So that's what you chose. You chose the weapons because of the splash play, and it got to your ceiling. But that was your ceiling.
And I still think
O-line over weapons easily. Oh my Lord! See what the Chiefs did? Only 1 sack given up. No sacks in the second half. O-line over weapons. Like if I was Cincinnati, if I had a choice between T. Higgins,
not Jamar Chase though. Not Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is like a.
They can still roll with T. Higgins.
I know, but that was a decent type of. That was the best draft choice.
Oh no! I'm not saying they shouldn't have drafted Jamar Chase. I think the Bengals are better off today if they would have taken Jamar Chase and Penei Sewell. Yeah. I think they're better today if they would. They would not have gone to the Super Bowl if they would have drafted Penei Sewell. They would not have. But I'm saying they had their chance of getting a better. I don't like the O-line argument because you can't have everything. You cannot have everything. In a league with cap space, in a league where you can't pick every single player, you cannot have everything. You had your chance of getting a better O-line, but you chose Jamar Chase. So, if the Bengals O-line was healthy, maybe, but man, it's football, bro. You know what I'm saying? We didn't choose 3 starting O linemen got hurt right before the bro. It's football.
What
The thing
bro
about
is
injuries,
saying?
it's football, so people get hurt.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about winning a Super Bowl is like you went through the entire season not getting hurt or like sustained injuries. I
can make
think
that same
Mahomes' weapons were also getting Mahomes' receivers were banged up in that game too.
Yeah.
Juju, Tony, Valdez, all of them were banged up during that.
Yeah.
Mahomes was banged up. You want to talk about banged up? Mahomes was banged up. Mahomes couldn't move laterally. I could only move vertically. So if you want to talk about banged up, Jalen Hurts was banged up. So if you want to talk about banged up, Eagles weren't even 100% too. Football's football. It's a war of attrition. You know, people are going to get hurt. It's unfortunate that 3 of them happened, but people are going to get hurt and people are going to get banged up. It's about, you know,
Who can overcome it better.
And good teams can mask depth issues, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And what he said about Mahomes not becoming a GOAT because he has dogs in the conference and in his division or conference.
Dogs, bro.
This man has dominated all of the dogs that you just
named.
In
his conference. The 2 best quarterbacks other than Mahomes. The 2 best quarterbacks other than Mahomes in his conference. Mahomes is beating the playoffs. Burrow and Allen, Mahomes has beaten in the playoffs. Well, he's not beaten Herbert in the playoffs, but
I'm saying
Trevor Lawrence beaten Trevor Lawrence. I never said he dominated Burrow. I didn't say that. I'm just saying
dominated Burrow.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know what I mean. He's dominated everybody else, but besides Burrow, really. And
I'm just saying
thing.
When you say Mahomes is never going to be the GOAT because the AFC got too many dogs. Well, the AFC had too many dogs when Tom Brady was quarterback, and Tom Brady pushed through them. The best quarterback's going to push through all them dogs. You feel me? When you look at the best quarterbacks right now in the AFC, Mahomes is beating Burrow, Mahomes is beating Allen, Mahomes is beating Trevor Lawrence. So those are 3 of the best quarterbacks in the AFC, not named Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes has wins over all of them. So only other ones is like Herbert and Jackson, but you can't tell me. But Mahomes has owned. You want to talk about owning? Mahomes has owned Justin Herbert in the regular season. So this owning you're talking about Joe Burrow, Mahomes owns Herbert. So if we're gonna count Herbert too. And I think the Chiefs played Lamar once, like 2 years ago. I think it was a very high scoring game. I remember it was in Baltimore, right? Didn't the Ravens win that game? I think it was like 2021. I'm about to look it up real quick. Oh, there goes Manzi.
Yeah, they did end up.
Yeah, they did. It was by 1 point. Baltimore had a 4th quarter comeback. I remember that game. Yeah. W Sports Mind, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Joel's gone. I don't know if he's going to come back. I remember last show he left because his internet was tweaking. But we only have one more topic, and we're going to knock it out. How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about the halftime show?
You know what's crazy? I honestly do agree. I did hear what you said. It was kind of mid. She's pregnant, bro. She's not moving how she's supposed to on that. Like
no movement at all. She did a little movement,
bro. She was
leg shimmy. And that was her entire choreography, bro.
Yeah, that was it. But it's like when it's Rihanna, like I think she has her room for error is a lot different than everybody else. I just get to stare at Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I need.
Oh no, I was staring at Rihanna hard, bro. That's my baby mama, bro. Rihanna's my baby mama. But my issue with the halftime show was, like you said, she was pregnant, so she wasn't really moving. The dance moves weren't there. So like the whole performance, because the halftime show isn't just about the music. It's about because most of the music's lip sync anyways. Yeah. So it's about performance as well. It's a spectacle. That's why they even have it. It wasn't even all that cool. I mean, like the zoom in, it wasn't even all that cool. The performance itself got carried by her track list. Rihanna is one of the greatest music artists of all time. So her track list was going undefeated. She had classics and classics. So her track list was carrying that performance. But I mean, I'm not really mad at her being pregnant. My issue was she started performing songs that she was either featured on or had great features, like Work or like work. Like if Drake would have came out for work, bro.
That would've
Oh
been
my
wild.
God, Twitter would have blew up if they saw a Drake Rihanna halftime collab. Twitter would have blew up. That would have been one of the all-time great halftime show moments, a Drake Rihanna collab. Then she started playing Run This. She played Run This Town and Umbrella back to back. You can't tell me that wasn't a perfect moment to show some love to Hove.
And knowing he was there
Jay-Z
too.
up there so he can spit a little verse. You feel me?
Right.
That would have been a great time for Jay-Z to come up. Because even a Jay-Z Rihanna collab performing some hip-hop classics in Umbrella and Umbrella and Run This Town, those are some all-time classic songs. That would have been a crazy moment too, but they just didn't do it. I don't know if they were thinking about it or not. That just would have been a great time. But and they also played All the Lights, but she played All the Lights too, but we knew Kanye wasn't coming out.
Yeah, we know.
Bro, imagine if Kanye came out in a mask, in like a Yeezus mask, and all the Lights, he was just like, something wrong. I'll hold my head. Bro, MJ listen, gone.
I saw some tweet. I saw some tweet, bro. They said you can't trust Kanye with a live microphone anymore, bro.
Oh, bro, dude, if Kanye would have came out, it would have been over. Kanye would have started spewing some hate, bro. It would have been over for Kanye, bro. They would not have okayed it. I'm not mad at Kanye came out. But imagine if Kanye would have came out. That would have been like the craziest moment all year. We'd be talking about that for a year, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, bro. I would have just loved it. Like Jay-Z would have just came out just real quick, spat a little Run This Town verse or Umbrella. Yeah. Because that just would have been amazing. It would have made up for the the background dancers weren't doing anything to me. That Sky platform was cool, but like
it was cool, but it wasn't.
But after a while, it got old because that was the only thing they could do was just raise her up in the sky over and over again.
Yeah,
you feel me? And she couldn't dance too, so all she did was like a little leg shake here and there, and that's about it.
A little bit of ass, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's all I needed, just to see it move a little bit.
Bro, and bro, she got the baby fat too, so we couldn't see Rihanna. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we couldn't see Rihanna.
Y'all talking about the booty grab?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's all I needed to see.
It was all over my timeline, bro. I was feeling for it. I ain't gonna lie, because like I missed
the performance.
I still appreciate Apple Music putting that together, because my lord, bro, me and ASAP, bro, I would kill to fight that man ASAP for Rihanna, bro.
Like I said, bro,
kill that man to fight him.
He can't touch down in my city. I refuse. If he this Cleveland's not my city, but if he touches down here, I'm gonna have that handled. You know what I'm saying? Getting packed up.
I'll do anything for Rihanna, bro.
Oh, that's one call, bro.
Anything for Rihanna.
One call, so
one call.
Let me find out where ASAP live at, bro.
Yo, Steven, this man Hutch just FaceTimed me.
Yeah.
Man got a haircut, bro.
Oh no, he texted me. He told me he got back from the haircut. What does it look like?
Yeah, bro. Call him after. FaceTime him after this. It was a surprise to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Did he get a fade?
No, it's not. I ain't gonna lie. If he got a fade, I would have sucked him up. Sadly, he didn't get a fade.
But is it bad?
No, it's not even bad.
Okay.
It's just short. Like I haven't seen Hutch with that cut since middle school. That's why it looks different.
Bro, I was speaking of haircut. We're pretty much done with the show, so this is just gonna be banter. I was talking to some of my boys. I'm like in a predominantly white institution, so barbershop is a little scary for them. So I was telling them, bro, most of these people here, bro, they go to salons to get their hair cut. Dude, I just think going to salons is weird.
It's crazy going to salon. I ain't gonna lie.
It's crazy, bro.
Where you get your haircuts at?
They got like a barbershop up here. But bro, I was telling them, bro, like think about this, right? You're in a salon, and the background aux, instead of it being like some like classic Jay-Z, it's Harry Styles, bro.
Yeah,
you're getting cut by Harry Styles in the background, bro.
I'm cool on that one.
I don't want to talk hair. I don't want to talk life with somebody who goes to the salon, bro. Dude, you're getting your head moisturized after you get a cut. You're getting head and shoulders after you get a haircut, bro.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And what are you gonna even talk to that barber too, bro? And barber, what are you even talk? It's most likely gonna be a girl too. So what are you even chatting about, bro?
She's using scissors and shit cutting your shit.
Instead of saying like, "Yo, you see LeBron versus the Knicks," you're gonna be like, "How is school, sweetie?" Bro, I don't want to hear that, bro. We cool, bro.
I need my OGs, bro. Ask me
Lead
how
it,
the
man.
hoes are
I want
doing.
to talk about the Lakers. I want to talk about who won the
Right.
Super Bowl instead of like my girlfriend problems. You feel me? But but I'll
I'd
never
rather
get
hear
to that
about
point.
I'd rather have my barber ask me about the whole problems. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I prefer
Well,
that.
that was the Super Bowl episode of Some Casual Takes, episode 15. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back, I guess, for the show going forward. Is going to be NBA, all NBA related. But we're going to see how that goes. I got some interesting takes to spew out. More and more old head narratives against LeBron James is really starting to make me mad. And I got to talk. I don't know if I'm going to spend the show on it or do it on TikTok, but I got some ideas. Like I got one idea. I'm trying to work on my definition of what is a super team. That's what I'm trying to find out.
That's a good one.
But I'm gonna wait to that. But until then, thank you everyone for listening. Some Casual Takes number 15.